Welcome back, and here we are inside the military base. And you see here is the essence of it, which is taking down those shields with your repair skill. I'm also going to try and science some of the monitors, just for fun, because some of them will do different things, but not really anything mind-boggling. Need to take some stim packs. I'm not going to show, as is tradition sort of in this Let's Play series, because my combat isn't very gory or interesting, although that guy blew himself up. I cut out a lot of the combat, except for that, an instance like that. So this is level 1 of the military base. It's the upper floor. Because I want to avenge myself, I'm not going to use the stealth method or the shortcut method to get through this. And those two methods basically involve either getting somehow captured by the mutants and taken to the lieutenant, which will put you pretty much in position to blow up the military base, or end the game by joining the mutants, which is a choice that ends the game. And here we scienced a computer, and it controls the AI inside of the different little robots that you saw running around out there. They're very similar to the robots that we saw in the glow. And you can basically just handicap them to an extreme. I just cut through here, show you which to click on, and it can give you some time to read it because it's kind of funny. They're on a pest control thing. But back on what I was before, the other way to get through this is to just throw on the purple robes and hope that everyone just lets you walk on through. I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm not sure if it varies level by level, or if at the first level you have to actually fight all the way through. The fights up here aren't that hard, because there aren't that many mutants, except for the first little greeting party, which I'm not 100% certain on, but I think they may be gone in the event that you do the radio thing, where you tell them that you're in trouble far away. And you also get to play a game of hearts. And I won, so haha. So we're gonna disable this shield. You just use the repair skill. And you try and click on the more bulbous part of it. And here's a lot of super mutants. And they're gonna attack me on sight and kill each other mostly. And I sledgehammer that last one. No mutants allowed. I run through and kind of show you what they've got on them. Mostly big guns, so nothing I can use, but flamethrowers, rocket launchers, and miniguns primarily, which are really the only big guns in the game. Now these red shields are a problem. They hurt you when you walk through them, and there's nothing you can do about it. Which, if you still have NPCs alive, Ian or Dogmeat, you may end up losing them to these shields. And the tactic to get them through, if you want to do a playthrough where your friends don't die, is just to lock them inside of areas that have yellow shields so that they can't escape. Because they obviously can't use repair skill to get out. At least in this version. So here we go. We're going to have a pretty big fight up here. This is probably one of the harder fights in the area. And they also don't attack on sight. So, and I was in power armor, so ha. Because they don't suspect you've made it. You'd get down this far without having been killed already. It's the same story as far as loot up here. More heavy weapons, big guns and things. Also, there are footlockers everywhere. And some of those have some nice goodies like caps and stim packs. Really the only thing that I have need or use of anymore is stim packs. So I try to collect those whenever I can, because it'll stop us from having to go back to any cities. Also, this video will be a bit longer because I kind of show a lot of things that I normally wouldn't. and that's just to show what's available for loot and things. And I actually get a little confused at the end because I hadn't done this in a long time, and I actually hadn't ever gone for a full kill before, where I kill everyone in here. I had never actually done that. Now this is an important energy weapon. That's the Gatling laser, which is one of the more powerful energy weapons in the game. If you did the Boneyard before coming here, then you'll have access to the Turbo Plasma Rifle, which is better, I would say. But the Gatling laser is certainly no slouch. And then you have sort of a storeroom up here. This place is a treasure trove. There's all sorts of goodies here. Not just in this particular room, but in the entire building. There is a lot of treasure here to be had, assuming you can get through the guards and whatnot. So lots of grenades, lots of heavy weapons. I've always kind of wanted to do a playthrough where the first thing I did was try to get here and see if there's any feasible way to acquire all of this, because it would give me a lot more time if I were an energy or big guns user to have energy or big guns. Because the problem ultimately of having a character that's good with big or energy weapons is that you basically hardly get to use them before the game is over. You don't really get them until about halfway through the game. And I show you saving. So, and then here's sort of like the infirmary area of the military base. Again, they tried to theme it. I try some science around here. Nothing though. This guy just tells you to bugger off. So I try to put on some purple robes, see if those might change his mind. And he tells me to bugger off still. So we'll leave the power armor on and slaughter him by the typical method of a thrust to the eyes. And he's dead now. And he had stim packs on him, so that's good. He's very helpful. Also, thankfully, the door was unlocked. So here's a lot of drugs. I take the Psycho because they give you damage reduction. You never know when you might need damage reduction. I have no use of buff out. Lots of stim packs, so that'll get us close to 50 again. And some random junk, but I'll take the doctor bag just in case. And the booze, because you always need booze, don't you? And that's it for level 2, so we're going to go to level 3. You don't really need, if you're trying to just get in and get out, you don't even need to bother with level 2. Nothing to see there, except for those supply rooms and things. So I'm going to take some stim packs before we go into this next portion, because I'm intending to kill every mutant in this joint, and we do. The other thing is that occasionally it won't let you turn combat off because of the movement of the robots around some of these rooms. So you need to be careful to avoid. Don't panic. Don't think your game's completely screwed if that happens. There's nothing in here. And then this is another part where your friends are likely to die because the floor here is trapped and there are it's like a shock basically. And if your buddies, if you've let your NPC characters get low, they'll die there. This guy tries to fight me, and he's going to get the old sledgehammer to the eyes treatment after I heal a little bit, because I want to be careful. There we go. He's out of range, yep, so we're just going to get closer. Shoots me and does a whole 4 damage. Thrust to the eyes. The thrust to the eyes hits him for a 31. And it hurts the mighty mutant. Just whack him. There he goes. There's also, you can see that passageway up the top right there. That takes you to an elevator, but that elevator has an out of order sign on it, so it's not worth going there. Now see, this guy tells you he'll take you to the lieutenant. Okay, I give up, let's go, because I want to see the lieutenant. I tell him to go to hell. He basically gives you an exposition about the benefits of becoming a mutant. He also wants to know where the vault is. If you tell him where the vault is, that pretty much means you're going to get turned into a mutant. So we're going to fight this guy here, and of course, he's getting the thrusts to the eyes. He also has a particularly graphic death. So I show it here, because there he goes, I think. Yeah, there he goes. It's pretty gory. He starts snap, crackling, and popping. And then something happens to his stomach there. Then we're going to give him the same eye thrusting treatment. It always upsets me when they use stim packs, because those ought to have been my stim packs. Here's a situation where the movement of the robots just around is causing me to be unable to end combat. So I have to go find where they are and get them to attack me and whatnot. These robots aren't really a danger to you if you're in hardened power armor, but they do take a little bit to get rid of. It took an annoyingly long time, because every time I hit them they went flying backwards. But thankfully they have no way of really repairing themselves, so that's good. Try science on that computer. The system is locked up. And here's some more loot. See a Gatling laser and a holodisc. It has a decoding attachment. So you read that real quick like. Oh, wrong one. Not infallible. Okay, now we have the ability to decode stuff. I wanted to make sure that it didn't enter any sort of thing into the Pip-Boy, because I've been trying to show those, just in case you wanted to watch this for a bit of story if you've never played the game before. It's a cheap game. It's like $3 right now on Steam. And you can use the walkthrough to help, because I wanted to do sort of a let's play, but because I can't get audio, I figured I'd just do like a rough guide, because I could not get an arrangement where the audio on this would work properly. And the only arrangement that I did get that had in-game audio, the in-game audio would desync after a while. So unless I wanted to record in 1 minute bursts, which would be really annoying, of course, I couldn't do it. So I just decided to do a walkthrough in basically the simplest way to beat this game, that isn't complete like a speedrun sort of tactic. So you get that key, and that key comes in later. And also, if you didn't do the Thieves Guild, there's your electronic lockpick for free. And just showing some stuff. Gonna take some stim packs before the next part. So at that point you can run away from the lieutenant and not fight him, and also refuse to join the mutants, and then just go up to the computer room. I just checked this elevator real quick because I wanted to make sure it didn't actually go anywhere, because my memory was a little fuzzy. So we'll fight these guys. You can also get Mr. Handy to explode there, I believe, or at least you could at one time sabotage him to explode, or pickpocket him with a bomb, as we did to Iguana Bob and the Raider. So this she's dead set to become a mutant, and I'm just gonna tell her to have fun. Now this guy, when you talk to him now, die, infidel, because I killed his leader. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of him using the typical treatment. That's right, what the doctor ordered. And then now he's dead. And he has a little flower. So you can tell that he and the girl have kind of got a thing going on. Because if you kill her, you'll note that she has a flower. Or if you pickpocket her, you could see as well. So here we go, we're going on back. I click level 3 even though I'm on level 3. So here we go, we're going to exterminate these mutants too, just cuz. And there he goes. And I leveled up, and I get some goodies. Lots of goodies. Even more goodies. So, it's nice. It's nice loot. I'm not going to use any of it because I'm already way too rich. I do have a penchant for bombs, but I can't really use any. I'm going to level up speech. And some other stuff. Lockpick is still the bane of my existence. Sneak a little bit. You never know when you might need to sneak. There's me just... But it's still not functioning. Poor Mr. Handy. I also show that this elevator says that it's out of order. So, no go on that elevator. And that's also, it leads you from the side, excuse me, from the side, upstairs in the 3rd level. Also, when you come here, you want to make sure that you have a decent repair skill or a tool, because these things that you have to repair past may screw you if you take the course I'm about to take. So you want to make sure your repair skill is adequate. Now, you can normally talk to these guys, but because I killed the lieutenant, they just blow themselves up. And it leads to me becoming very confused. So this computer that I'm trying to use right here is the computer that controls basically the self-destruct sequence for this base. And I knew that key comes into play because you can use it at the end of the game, but it didn't do anything with the computers, and it was locked up seemingly. Then I began to doubt myself and believe that all of my memories about this game were wrong and that it was a different computer. Then I was like, oh, okay, maybe science, that didn't work. Try the key again just in case. No. And then I was like, okay, the decoder disc. Maybe if I insert the decoder disc, or maybe I have to be wearing purple robes. Because I think I've more than likely I'd killed the lieutenant in the past, and I just didn't remember that this is what happens. I keep trying this key as if something will happen because of it. But it doesn't. Now that all those guys have exploded, I can use the computer. And also you can get logs about various persons that have been through there and read them. I'm not going to show them because they're a pretty cool part of the story. And if you want the story that bad, then you should play the game. It's $2.50. You could get any sort of thing for $2.50. So then you just pick these codes. I wanted to see if the key did anything now that it was functioning. Doesn't. And display the security codes. We opt for 5, the one that starts in 5-7, which gives me 300 seconds to get out of this base. And that it's really not that hard as long as your repair skill is capable and you don't set the base to alert. So me and these paladins are going to skip on out of here And we are going to head back to the Brotherhood of Steel to report that we've destroyed this base. I will leave in the cinematic of the base being destroyed, even though unfortunately you obviously can't hear the audio of it. The vats of green goo there is what turns people into mutants. And it's losing integrity, and there it goes. Kablooey. Oh, I mistimed that. There we go. Kablooey. And like I said, we're just going to walk to the Brotherhood and report, and then we are going to finish the game. So we are at the point now where we only have 2 videos left. Unfortunately, you don't really get anything for coming back to the Brotherhood. You just go to the council up there, and they pat you on the back and send you on your way. Which I'm going to do for this video. So until next time.